Deep. Deep.
Gibson.
I'm back. Had a good vacation. Went through New Mexico, Arizona, hit California, Southern California, went all the way up through California. Jumped up there into Oregon. They was fist fighting. And I was just bobbing and weaving through the crowd. Up there in Portland.
Portland dangerous.
Bobbing and weaving through Portland. Then shot there to Washington. Went on the sea, saw the first Starbucks. The first one. Then I left there, went down through Oregon again, jumped over there to Utah.
You can run.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Went down through Utah. What's the other state out? Idaho. Got lost in Idaho. My son said, turn right here, Dad. Boop, I turned right there. I was out in this big field, nobody out there. This dude came in a four-wheeler. As soon as he pulled up, he started laughing. I said, yeah, man, I'm lost. He said, go back down here, turn at that potato patch, then turn at that big tree, and you'll be back on the highway. Got back on the highway, went down through Colorado, went back to New Mexico, and then jumped back into Texas. When I got back to Texas, had some problems, had some issues. So I had to shoot on up into Houston. Had to shoot up there into Houston. I went to Houston, had a nice time, but now guess what?
You back. Like
I'm
the
back.
match. Return to be back.
Back. Want to give a shout out to AB Austin.
AB.
Appreciate you, man, for filling in for me. Want to give another shout out to Medlock.
Brandon Medlock.
MED Lock. Medlock. Want to shout out to Medlock. I appreciate you guys standing in for me, but guess what? I'm back. Y'all rock with me. All 67 of y'all rock with me. Appreciate the love, man. Let's do the show.
That's Bill.
And that's Will.
Today on the Bill and Will Show, man, we gonna jump into hold on, we got a lot to talk about, man. Let's just jump into it, man. I want to start out with Jonathan Isaac.
Jonathan Isaac.
Jonathan Isaac, you
What
know.
team is that? The
Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, everybody is kneeling, start the games. Most of the games, they kneeling at the beginning of the games wearing their Black Lives Matter shirts. Jonathan Isaac, an African young man, African-American young man, chose to stand up and not wear a shirt. He said he believes that everybody should get back to the gospel, everybody should get back to Christ, and that's where the answers are. He said you can't look at other people's faults. You gotta look at your own faults. You gotta assess it from there. He said everybody will be okay if they get back to God, Gibson and Jesus.
All right, so I'm going to leave that alone for right now. I'm going to back up on that, but I'm going to come back to that in a minute. But let's start right here. The first thing is this young man right here, Jonathan Isaac, he should have put on his shirt and he should have kneeled with his team. The whole country's in turmoil, and the NBA has decided that they want to support the Black Lives Matter movement, and they want to try to encourage racial equality across the board. And then for this young man to, not only did he not wear a shirt, he didn't kneel either. But he said in his interview that Black lives do matter. Well, here's the problem. We can't do nothing divided. We've said on this show many times, if we divide it, we can't do nothing. But if we pull together, we can strike on the high below. So this guy is a sore thumb. I don't agree with what he did. I don't agree with him not wearing the shirt. I don't agree with him not kneeling. Coaches was kneeling. Players was kneeling. Staff was kneeling. Referees were kneeling. The NBA's got behind it, and then you're going to stand up and say, I ain't going to do it. That's not helping. Now, let's go to the get back to Christ thing. okay, this young man, he threw that out there to keep the bullets off of him, to keep the insults being hurled, to keep out the riffraff that's gonna come his way. He threw that out there, and that was a good buffer. But his problem is people like me, we can see through that. We can see through that. Because if you really want to go that route, when they interview you, bring that up first. Kneel, put your shirt on, kneel. If they talk to you about it, ask you about it, then say the answer to all this stuff is Christ. But what you're doing right here, that's not going to work. And I'm against it. And I feel bad for the young man for taking that route. A lot of people gave their life for this, and this is what he's going to do.
Jonathan Isaac, you didn't stand up. The next day, God put you down. You had a horrible injury, knee injury. The next day, I'm not saying they correlate with each other, brother, but it's pretty telling. You better get your butt on one knee next time, man. I'm not crucifying you for not getting on one knee. I don't think you're a bad person because you didn't get on one knee. But when you don't show solidarity with your other brothers, man, it sucks. And I'm not saying that your injury had anything to do with it. That's just a joke. But I hope you get well soon. But it's ironic that it happened. That you didn't bend the knee, and then that knee got injured the next day. I mean, hey, I can understand it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't judge you guys for not getting on the knee, but I look at you like, man, what are you doing? I call you a house Negro. I'm gonna call you one of those, man. You just in the house, you just having a good time, you just out here. And of course, like you said, you just throw the Christ up there, you throw the religion in there, and what is somebody supposed to say after that? You know, you can't say nothing to you. The same thing happened with the guy in baseball for the Giants. Coonrod is his name. He used the same defense, but he also mixed in some other stuff that made you see like, nah, it's not really that. Yeah, you might be a Christian, but this is not the reason why you didn't kneel. It was other reasons why you didn't kneel. So it's outliers out there that you can see that sometimes people put it out there. It's you can see the undertones to this stuff. I don't know why him as an African American would actually take a stance like this and do this, but like I said, I don't feel no ill will towards him. I just look at him like, what's your overall agenda at this time? I don't know. Oh, Jonathan Isaac, I don't know, man.
That's scary. But see, this is why I don't think that we should be looking for athletes or looking to athletes for the moral compass. That's what I don't see that. I don't know why we do that. We look at movie stars and superstars and athletes. We look at them for the moral compass. Gee whiz, I've been gone for a while, Will. But anyway, these guys are too young, man. They haven't been through nothing. They've been spoiled, you know, from high school as being good athletes all the way through college, and now you're in the pros. You've been spoiled the whole time. Life has been handed to you on a silver plate. You haven't had to do nothing. And probably the toughest thing that they've been through as athletes is probably injury. So, you know, he don't understand the struggle, and that's why he didn't kneel. And he doesn't want to hinder his income in the future. So he's going to stand up.
I don't know. Maybe you want to be a pastor when you grow up. You want some help with the church. Evangelists come in and help you put some money in your pocket. I'm not sure why you take this stance. I don't understand it. Of course, you did say Black Lives Matter, but like you said before, actions speak louder than words. And your actions showed that you were kind of, if you're not with us, you're against us, basically, is what the message is. And you just showed that, that NBA, they're going to love you. Y'all have one goal, which is winning the championship and getting better as a team. But what they're doing right now by kneeling and wearing these shirts and showing solidarity for each other is way bigger than basketball. And you just showed where your head was on this one. But, hey,
get well.
Get well, man.
Come back, think about it, and try to do better. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, just get better, man. That's all I can say, too. take offense to the joke I said at the beginning of what you need, but hey, just ironic, man. Just ironic, Jonathan. Should have bent the knee, buddy.
Now he on bended knee.
Now he on bended knee. That's just. You regret it next time, Mr. Isaac. I don't look bad at him though. I don't know. Good luck to him.
I don't like it at all, man. He should have knelt.
I believe he should have knelt too. That's Bill.
That's Will.
Like, comment, subscribe below, man. What you gonna go with, Gibson?
Man, Young Love.
Young Love.
It's not a Black Friday topic, is it?
No. These are.
They look like it.
There's two athletes, Gibson. Two athletes, Simone
Biles.
Simone Biles, and NFL player Jonathan Owens, man. You know that puppy love. Gibson, they in their 20s, man. 25-year-old Houston Texans safety, and then Simone Biles, one of the most accomplished Olympians that we have. Gibson, they in a relationship, man. Gibson, what kind of advice you got for Young Love, Gibson?
Oh man, I got a lot of mixed emotions about this Young Love thing.
I got a lot of mixed emotions too. He gonna cheat.
All right, I understand this.
It
man.
ain't gonna last long.
I understand this.
All right.
That's where I'm going too. But I'm trying to be positive. But we want to keep it real on the Bill and Will show.
Simone.
I'm not here to puff up things and prop up things. I'm here to tell you what a TI is, you know. And here's the thing. I don't understand why young men, athletes, want to lock down one woman. I don't understand that, because you already know you're gonna be cheating.
Facts. All day.
You're a pro athlete. Even if you're at the lower end of the income spectrum, as a pro athlete, you got the pro athlete tag on you.
Temptation coming your way.
Here they come. What do you call them girls?
They coming.
Groupies?
Yeah, groupies.
They hanging out at the hotel waiting on y'all to get there.
I hope they still call groupies. I don't know what they call in 2021.
Yeah, I got to get up on the language.
But they got the same intentions, all right?
They just hanging out, man. And they hanging out at every single city. NFL plays 16 games. They play approximately 8. You got 8 cities that they hanging out at the hotel. Why are you going to do this girl, Simone Biles, like that?
It's bad.
I don't understand that. Just say, hey, listen, I'm young, I'm rich. Let me hang out for a little bit. I can kick it with you, and we can do this and we can do that. But as far as being in a serious relationship, I don't know about all that. Just be real, be honest.
Can you go through his phone, Simone, yet? Did he give you the password to the phones? S with S on it, phones.
So, Billy, why you put your phone down? Why you always have your phone face down? I say, I don't want the sun to damage my screen.
So you, how you sending text message now? You cash apping somebody 1 cent and send them a message? That's how y'all
Cash app?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You can write them a message if you send them some money. So you send them 1 penny and write a message with it.
On the cash app?
On the cash app. Nobody
so when you look, oh, I got some money.
Yeah, but it's just a message. Now I caught you cheating. You thought it was good. I learned
Meet
that
me
one
at the
on
hotel.
weekend. Yeah, exactly. For
9 o'clock.
Looking at the picture, man, I see y'all look great, man. But man, he didn't get a fresh little cut. He didn't get lined up on his mustache. You know what I mean? Look like he about 3 days in. So ask him, what was he at 3 days ago? Who he didn't get look good for the pictures. He didn't get crisp for the pictures. That's one telling sign. He a good looking young man. He gonna cheat, man. I'm gonna tell you now, Simone. Hey, it's just what it is. Go ask Mr. Steve Harvey. The 90-day rule don't work. None of them rules work that Steve Harvey be telling y'all about. It's all about the brother. And I'm sorry to say, Simone, I see
I don't know, man.
I see bad signs with this one right here. You know what I mean? Because I just don't think that love is so rare. You're not gonna find your partner that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with them, probably in the same field, like in sports or something like if you do sports, 9 times out of 10 somebody else that does sports they're not gonna be the person you fall in love with. Yeah, it's gonna look good and all that other stuff, but behind doors he gonna be doing whatever he gonna do. You're not gonna like it. It's just not gonna work.
I don't know, man. I wish him the best. I really do. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Maybe he.
Did you meet him at church?
I don't even know.
Meet him at church, maybe?
Say.
I don't know. Maybe Jonathan Isaac. Be a good guy. I don't know. But this ain't gonna work out. This ain't gonna work out. You got out your relationship here recently with the other guy, and you jump right back in it with this 25-year-old football player. You know, football players all cheat, all of them.
Hold on, she was in a relationship with another guy?
Yeah, here back like in 2017 they started, they made it public, and then they kind of fell out maybe over the past 6 months or something like that, and then she got with this guy right here. Yeah, but hey, good luck to y'all. Like Gibson said,
man,
when y'all break up, I'm gonna have a breaking news.
It's just, I don't like it. And man, I had a conversation with a friend of mine when he was in Houston, and they was, man, Billy, you don't like black women, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, that's not true. I do like black women. I love black women. But we got to keep it real. You know, women are raising us. Whether you good or bad, you was raised by a woman. Your daddy was at work. Your daddy was watching TV. You know, if you're a guy, when you got older, yeah, you started playing catch with you. But, you know, we was raised by women. So whatever you turn out to be, that's your mama's fault. Your mama's responsible. It's not that I don't like black women. That's just how it go. You know, and so far, black women have failed us as black men. That failed. They picked the wrong guy to be my daddy. They picked him. I didn't pick him. I wasn't even there. But they picked that joker. And he abandoned ship, or he was abusive, or whatever the case may be. That was a bad decision. And then you raised me, and then you mad at him, taking it out on me. What they got to do with it? I mean, you can't raise me to be a man. And if I don't turn out to be a man, it's your fault. So I'm not really encouraged about the young love thing in the black community. I'm not encouraged by it. And she just got out of a relationship.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Gee whiz, man. Okay.
That joker's gonna cheat. He cheating.
He playing for the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Simone, watch your back.
They're going to the Super Bowl, but she ain't gonna be there.
That's Bill.
And that's Will.
Today on the Bill and Will Show, like, comment, subscribe below. What we gonna talk about, Gibson?
Okay, we see.
Okay. We see. OKC. The OKC Thunder, Gibson, they got down on one knee. The Senator Sean, what's his name here? Sean. Man, what was his name? Gibson?
I don't see his name up there.
Sean Roberts, Gibson, Republican senator, came out and said they keep on needing like this. We should look at the taxes the tax exempt that we giving them over there, the whole organization. You can see the real verbatim word for word behind us, man. Basically just saying, hey, those tax benefits y'all getting, if y'all not gonna stand up for the national anthem and stop disrespecting the flag and the nation, we're gonna look at that and maybe we'll take those away.
They're not gonna do that. It's illegal. First thing is, these guys have the right to the freedom of speech. It's their right. It's an inalienable right. Speaking of inalienable rights, I was doing some research on the Declaration of Independence, and the original word is still inalienable, was inherent. But when my boy was asleep, they reworded it, put inalienable. The difference between inherent and inalienable, inherent means you're born with it. So if you're born with it, I got it automatically. Inalienable means I got the right to keep it. I already had it, now I can keep it. So guess what? Under that word, inalienable, if you wasn't born with it, it ain't nothing to keep. And we all know that the Declaration of Independence was written not for me, but for them. We all know that. So when they were saying we have all these rights, freedom, pursuit of happiness, blah, 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 they wasn't talking about me. And because they used the word inalienable, they were never talking about me. But guess who they was talking about? The owner of the Thunder. They was talking about him, and guess what? He was born with them rights. So he already inherited it, and then he got the inalienable rights. So he got it 2 times. They're not gonna take away no tax breaks. They got paperwork that says that they got tax breaks, and that paperwork gonna hold up in court. It don't have nothing to do with them kneeling. I wouldn't even, I tell that lawmaker, if you wanna keep that job another 2 years, what is it, the governor?
As a Republican senator.
If you wanna keep that job another 2 years, you better keep your mouth shut and have a seat. Otherwise, you're gonna be watching from the stands.
Oh, Sean Roberts, Mr. Republican, Mr. Senator, you wanted to show whose side you was on, didn't you, buddy? You wanted to show that you and Donald Trump are aligned, huh?
And he's gonna be out too in another 90 days.
Is this what you, is this how you do it? November 3rd coming up quick. Y'all want to show y'all alliances. I see it all out there every day. Everybody don't understand. How many times have we got to say kneeling does not mean disrespect to the flag?
They know that.
But every time I see somebody say something that has a problem with it, oh, it's disrespect to our nation and to our flag. No, what's disrespect to our nation and to our flag is somebody sticking their foot in their knee on our neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That's disrespectful to your nation and to your flag.
What's disrespectful is you breaking in on a young lady, she's a nurse, she in the bed asleep from a long day's work on the front line fighting your coronavirus, and then y'all just open up shooting. That's what's disrespectful to the flag.
Man, justice for Breonna Taylor, man. I just don't understand how y'all don't understand what we say to you people. We tell you what it's about, and y'all continue to think what y'all want to think.
What's disrespectful to the flag is the young man is drunk at Wendy's. He compliant for 45 minutes. And y'all pushing and shoving on him, and he finally said, hey man, enough is enough. He's sober by now, because y'all done harass him for 45 minutes. So he take out running and y'all shoot him.
Shoot him in the back twice.
This is what I don't like about that. As long as you standing there, they won't shoot you. But if you start running, they'll shoot you. How am I a threat if I'm running away?
I just don't understand why. And this is where y'all go to all the time. Y'all want to go to y'all laws, tax exempt. That's why you think you scare somebody and this and that. And we know how Oklahomans are. Y'all ain't too far from Texas. Y'all got y'all drink the same water. I understand it, but it don't work like that, man. We gonna take a knee. 80% of the NBA is African American, so y'all know they gonna take a stand. And for you to continue to say, oh, as soon as they start kneeling, as soon as I stop playing, stop watching, just like Donald Trump, we see what side you on, because y'all don't understand we're not kneeling to disrespect the flag. We're not kneeling, and they're not even doing it during the national anthem. They're doing it before the game. And y'all still refuse to take a knee.
It's just idiots, man.
Yo, y'all just want to be on y'all side. Y'all don't get anybody else's agenda. So, hey man, freedom for Hong Kong. I just threw that in there just to throw that in there. You know, I don't want to get that.
Somebody got to be free.
Somebody.
We ain't free until we all free.
That's a fact. So, Sean Roberts, man, go take your laws up. Go try to do what you want to do, man. The NBA, continue y'all fight. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. OKC, y'all look amazing right now. So continue what y'all doing.
Don't worry about them tax breaks. Y'all still got them. You free, brother.
Oh, they try to throw around. Hey, him and the old girl from the WNBA, the Dream. They'll be a dream couple.
Who?
They think the same. Her and another woman that think the same. Same way from the Dream. That's Bill.
And that's Will.
Today on the Bill and Will Show, what we talking, Gibson?
Magic City.
Ooh, wee. If it was so early in the morning,
Magic
boy, I would be
City.
like, let's go get some wings. So we all know what happened with Lou Williams, man. It came out that Lou Williams, he left the bubble to go to a funeral. He made a stop at Magic City, which is his favorite restaurant, to get some wings. He said wasn't no dancers there. But over the weekend, man, a dancer popped up, Gibson, and said, man, I was shaking that thing for Lou Williams. He lying. He tipped me very well. Gibson, what's with these?
I can't do it.
Bro,
How you do it?
I tipped you very well, so next time I come through, what you think I'm gonna give you? Come on, man. She should be fired immediately.
She should be fired.
Yeah, immediately.
She should be fired.
Yeah, immediately. What's she snitching for?
They got to snitch. They got a bubble snitch rule.
No, she ain't got to snitch.
She's supposed to say, hey,
she
man,
have to see nothing.
one of y'all came by here. Somebody came over here. 1-800, I'm snitching. This dude, Lou Williams, came over here.
Listen, don't you don't.
Why are you taking up for Lou?
I'm not taking up. What you mean why I'm taking up for Lou?
Lou is wrong. He put the whole team he put the whole season in jeopardy. You see what's happening with baseball? They got two teams now, the Cardinals and the Marlins.
Lou Williams was fined $150,000 for his games that he did miss, the 2 games that he missed against the Lakers and then against who else did they play? Somebody they blew out by 30. I think it was the New Orleans Pelicans, but I believe Lou Williams, man, she ratted on you, man. She came out and said what she said. I don't know. I don't believe her because I don't never believe no. So tell the truth. I don't believe her. She's just out here. She's looking for some clout.
So the first thing you said was he went where?
Magic City.
And what kind of place is Magic City?
That's a wing establishment. Right now it's shut down.
There's some chicken wings.
They got the best wings at the strip joints. It's a strip. It's a.
So they don't even call it a strip joint. They call it a restaurant now.
Well, in COVID, you got to switch it around. You can't be a bar anymore. You got to switch it around and try to.
So they're gonna change the name.
No, it's still Magic City.
But it's not a strip club. It's a restaurant.
We're not showing wings and thighs, but you can come get some wings and thighs. You know what I mean?
Okay, so first of all, Lou Williams, he put the team in jeopardy.
Of course he did. We already established that. That's the old story.
So we can't blame that woman. She want to be famous too.
Yeah, but she doing her own.
First of all, Lou, here's your man. You got so many problems. This is wrong on so many levels. I don't even know where to start. But I'm gonna start at the top and work my way down. So the first problem you got, Lou, you put your team in jeopardy. First of all, from catching the COVID virus, that's not safe what you did.
But he didn't catch the COVID virus.
He could have though. The second thing is you put your not national championship, but you put your championship on the line by doing that. Y'all got a legitimate shot at winning the championship. Legit.
And you still do.
You got the two, probably arguably the best 2 guys on your team right now in their prime. Kawhi and our homeboy. Paul George. Those 2 guys are offensively in the top 5, defensively in the top 5. And y'all got a serious team. Y'all got a legit shot and you put it at risk. Number 2, Lou, using bad judgment. Okay, go to the funeral, I get that, but I'm pretty sure that person was way back down the road. It wasn't like no first cousin or nothing. So that's why you skipped over one, because whoever you was going to see at the funeral, that wasn't as important to you as going to the wing stop.
Magic City, Gibson.
You making bad judgment. 2, 3, now we on 4 now. You put your faith in a woman? You put your trust in a woman at the wing stop at Magic City? That's where you put your trust? Baby, don't tell nobody I was here.
Baby,
that's what you did.
Hell, baby, what you mean, baby?
He over there tipping.
Baby.
Tipping. You put your faith, you put your trust in that?
Williams, don't get Lou Williams messed up with his girlfriends. But he got 2.
Lou already messed up with his girlfriend. They read the newspaper too.
He in trouble.
I'm gonna stop right there at 4. But man, come on, man.
Listen, yo, you go flying your clout on someone. I don't even know your name. Put your name in the story. Just put you up there, threw a random picture out there saying that you was there and he tipped you very well. So get tipped very well and close your mouth. You don't
It's
get
a woman She's emotional, and this is her time to be famous, and she took it. I don't blame her. I blame Lou Williams. That was dumb.
Talking about she worked from 3 in the p.m. to 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. That was her shift. Well, you must not get no real money because we all know that real money is after 11.
How you do it?
Oh, hey, listen, man. Lou Williams,
Oh, man.
15 years in the game.
He know better than that.
Your shield never been stained. Everybody still love you, Lou Williams. Go out there and win the championship, or nobody remember this snitch.
Don't do it no more.
And everybody gonna remember you as a champion, man. I really think y'all gonna win the championship. We'll talk about that later on in the show. But hey, man, it's magic when you hit the city, baby. When you hit the city of Atlanta, y'all make sure y'all go get some of the wings at Magic City, man. They got some good wings there, and you can get on some thighs.
You've been to Magic City?
Some breasts. I used to live in Atlanta, man. I was 12. I was trying to get in there. I couldn't though. But I'm gonna come see y'all one day, Magic City, man. See what them wings is about. See if y'all can throw some breasts, some thighs in there too.
No, he's just joking.
I'm joking. But hey, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. I mean, you can't keep everybody in the bubble, man. You can't keep everybody in the bubble, man.
You ain't gonna get my money.
I ain't tricking you. I'm not tricking for nobody, you know. I would have been. I don't believe that he gave her a tip.
I know he did.
He didn't tip that.
Magic City up in the middle.
He didn't tip that woman. That's Bill.
And that's Will.
And today on the Bill and Will Show, what we talking about? Like, comment, subscribe below, people. What we talking about, Gibson?
Let's go to Zion.
Oh, man. Zion over the past weekend. You know, he's had 2 games so far with the Pelicans.
I told you.
They lost both games. Gibson won against the Blazers, and the other against whoever else they played. I believe it was the Clippers, annihilated. And Zion didn't look like Zion. Gibson, he looked overweight.
I told you.
He looked like he was out there frustrated. Frustrated about his minutes. Gibson, what's going on with old Zion?
It's not just Zion. It's a lot of players. They just not talking about them, but they talking about this particular case because it is Zion. But, you know, like I told you way a long time ago, we're going to go get the tape and play the footage so I can prove it to you. Book, chapter, and verse. These guys is fat and out of shape, man. They're sitting at the house eating jujus and bonbons, pomegranates and grapes, and they're not in shape. I told you they was going to get hurt. I told you that this is going to be a shortened season and it's going to favor them short, quick teams like Houston.
Houston look good right now.
I told you. It's going to favor those teams. These big guys are not in shape.
Man, 14 minutes in the second game, 13 in the first. We thought
he's injury prone anyway. He's been hurt the whole time he's been in the league.
Hey, well, I can't second that. He had a 20-something game streak there where he's playing before the COVID hit. He's playing real good. Came in, he had a nice game his first game out. I think they played him 13 minutes, like I said, and he had he had 15 points or something like that. He played really well. The second time out, he's frustrated, Gibson. He said he don't see this situation. He didn't foresee the situation, but hey,
he should have, because they talked to him about it. That's why he's playing 13 minutes, because they talked to him about it. You out of shape and you injury prone. We only got 60 games, so we're not going to let you play hard like you've been playing in the first 5 games. We got to slow you down a little bit and let you play your way back into shape.
Exactly.
He knew that. He talking about he couldn't foresee this coming. Yes, he did.
You are the New Orleans Pelicans, buddy. You are the face of the franchise. You are the cash cow. We will not let you jeopardize yourself. We will step in.
And us.
We will step in, and over winning will make you the guy no matter what. So if you think that you're gonna go out here and get hurt and jeopardize our future, no, sir. We'll keep you out as long as possible. We won't even play you if y'all lose this next game coming up because y'all be out of playoff contention, and we'll let you go home because you are our future, and we have another season starting December 1st. So, Zion, get healthy, man. Feel good. You left the bubble. You didn't have these games under your belt. We need to figure out who you are as a player because right now it's just a restart, and I don't think they know what to do with you. Your body type is not like anyone else, so we don't have anything to go off of. and we're not gonna restart you out there and throw you out there and let you play 30 minutes. As much as you want to play, you're a young guy, and we're still hoping to get 10 to 15 years up out of you, because that's how much money we're gonna put into you. We want to work you, son. All right? They want to work you hard. You ain't got no shackles on your feet.
I'm gonna tell you something else too. What he doing right now, this is a pivotal point in his career. He finna start complaining about the minutes, and it's finna get ugly.
Oh no, Gibson.
He better keep his mouth closed, because just like they were giving that money out, they could take that money back.
Gibson, they gonna do whatever Zion.
Players come out of high school every year. They got some talented people coming out of high school every year. High school is a breeding farm for pro basketball players.
But not Zion. This is a guy that you don't walk upon every once in 20 years.
Oh, Zion, he's just like LeBron James. This is the same thing.
No, Gibson,
he ain't better than LeBron.
He's a generational athlete, Gibson, so you got to be careful with him,
man,
Gibson.
they got some guys that's balling now, man.
Hey, guys, I didn't like how Zion looked his last game against the Clippers. It was mainly probably because of the Clippers, but we're not getting a big sample size of Zion playing 13 and 14 minutes a game. I, for one, wish we didn't see him at all, and we just play him next year. Zion, I know you want to play, you young.
Coming back in 5 months.
You'll be back. We'll see you soon, man. You got too much.
Better keep his mouth closed.
He'll be all right.
Somebody else gonna be the face of the franchise.
You gonna bring somebody else in, Gibson?
Zion over there. Yeah, man, these basketball players a dime a dozen.
That's Bill.
And that's Will.
Today on the Bill and Will Show, what we talking about, Gibson?
You know what we're gonna talk about today? Deadline.
Oh, it's a deadline. Oh, the NFL deadline, Gibson. So many more players are opting out of the NFL. We got 8 from the Patriots. Devin McCourty is ripping the NFL. He's saying that they tried to up the deadline. They want to make the deadline sooner so they can actually know who's going to play or not. And he's ripping them for doing that. Keep the deadline the same because he knows more players are going to opt out. But the NFL are getting scared right now, Gibson. NFL got a problem right now with players. A lot of players going to opt out, you think? A lot more players than
Nah, it ain't going to be no big deal. It ain't going to be no big deal. And you know, the athletes, in my opinion, they got the least to worry about, in my opinion, primarily because of 2 things. Number one, they're young and strong. Their immune system is good to go. And then number 2, they're pretty healthy. They have a good diet. They don't eat a whole lot of junk. Now,
but what I mean is,
so if they got the COVID, that's not going to be a big deal to them because they're already in shape. They got a good diet, and they're young.
What about they people around them?
Now, if you got some underlying conditions yourself, or you got some people at home that you think might be susceptible to the virus in a negative way, then maybe you need to think about it. There's a couple of guys on the Patriots that had some problems. One of them had just got past cancer. So yeah, you know, he might want to hold up till they, you know, get a little further down the road with it, get it more under control, maybe come up with a possible cure. It's definitely not that oxy drugs, whatever Donald Trump talking about. It sure ain't that drug. But yeah, but for everybody else, no big deal. I don't think it's going to be a mass exodus out of the NFL. People opting. I don't think so. 8 or 9 players, that ain't nothing. And most of them came from one team. The Patriots wasn't going to do nothing no way.
Stop it. They tanking for Trevor Lawrence is what the Patriots are doing.
You don't believe that?
No, I don't believe it.
Nowhere in the history of
Listen, man. I think what the NFL players are doing, it looks pretty bad right now because you have so many players. You know what I mean? You have so many players on one team. It looks pretty bad when you got 8 from one team, but they're going to ride the ship and continue to play. One thing about the players is they want their money, but I believe if you opt out before a certain period and give a good reason, you're still going to get paid. You still going to have your money. So I'm not sure what a lot of these guys are going to do, but I do see a lot of more people falling off saying, hey, I'm gonna miss this season. I don't care too much about this season.
So you think a lot more going to go from different teams?
Yeah, I think a lot more people are going to go. It's an excuse not to play football for a year. I don't think a lot of people love football. It's hard to love football, getting hit like that, and you still can get paid and not have to deal with that. I think a lot of people will not want to deal with that. I think you're going to have guys that are really, really big superstars that are out there that got commercials and things like that are going to play, of course. But I think there's a lot of people that are those middle guys. I don't think they'll play. You got C.J. Mosley. He opted out. He just got $10 million in March. Well, what am I play for? I just got my bread. I don't get a lot of bread during the season. Plus, I got a built-in excuse already with the COVID. Oh, yeah, for what? You know what I mean? Why am I going to play? It's a good reason not to play. I agree with what you said. The players don't have to worry because without players, there's no football. What they going to do, bring in replacement players? It's nobody going to watch that. Exactly. Nobody want to watch him run the ball or pass the ball. No, we don't want to do that. So, not right now at least, Gibson. Not right now. Maybe about a couple years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, we could watch you. I mean, hey, bring T.O. back. He's out there after the campaign. He out there, he can run as fast as Tyreek Hill. Bring him back. But he's looking for a job. But as far as these guys, I hope a lot more. Because like I said, I don't care. I think they put health over wealth anyway. But they gonna give you money too, and you can be healthy. Stay home, relax by the pool, be with your wife, turn your phone upside down.
So the sun rays won't damage your screen, those pixels.
I don't. I see the NFL. They see that they have a problem, and they trying to say, hey, this deadline we're gonna push this up because y'all jumping ship too fast for it.
But I do understand why they push the deadline up, but they need to leave it alone so players can make an informed decision. If you push the date up, now you're squeezing players to hurry up and make a decision, and it might be the wrong one.
And when you rush,
that's when you make mistakes.
People. So
stay tuned and let's see what's going to happen with the NFL and the players jumping ship because of the underlying conditions and the COVID virus.
I tried to find the deadline, man. When I was reading the story, they didn't give us the actual deadline in the story. So hopefully I can do a little bit more research and find out when that deadline is. But NFL. I don't think y'all gonna finish the season this year, buddy. Y'all might start it, but I don't know how this is gonna go. It's not looking good for you guys. Baseball right now is trying to push through, which we'll talk about next, but they not looking good, and they don't have a bubble, and y'all don't even talk about bubbles, so we'll see. Cowboys say they're not selling tickets to their games.
The Cowboys?
Yeah. No tickets this year.
The Dallas Cowboys. Boy, them jokers. Let's go ahead and go to the MLB.
Ask Bill.
And that's Will.
And today on the Bill and Will Show, we're going to talk to MLB. And what's going on with the MLB? Gil?
2 teams tested positive for the COVID virus, and guess what?
2 more teams, 2 more players from the Cardinals. We know everybody from the Marlins. We know everybody is catching it, Gibson.
I said this a long time ago. Go get the tape. Play the footage. Baseball needs to shut that down.
They're not cool. They playing, Gibson. Rob Manfred said they're gonna play no matter what. But
now they got to cancel games because the Marlins and the Cardinals. So if you playing the Cardinals, you got to cancel that game. If you playing the Marlins, you got to cancel that game. They don't have enough players to play because they got 15, 16 players with the virus. They don't have nobody to put out there.
Right about that. A lot of teams have been affected. The schedule's been a hit of actually about 12 teams. So far, it's been affected. If they want to play all doubleheaders, all games, keep on doing this. But it's not likely without a bubble, in my opinion.
You got these young guys with money, man. They can't sit still. It's
Magic City, Gibson.
It's hard for the human race to sit still anyway.
Hard.
It's amazing to me, and it's off the track a little bit. I ain't gonna go too far off the track. We build these communities that's gated to keep people out, but we got the COVID virus now. We want to get out. I mean, what you want to do? You want to be secluded or you want to get out? But anyway, these young players, they can't do it. Magic City making more money now than they have ever. They never made this much money.
Gibson, I don't.
They making money at 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night. From 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 6, they're making money at that time. Then they making money with the non-athletes from 9 o'clock till whatever they close, 2 o'clock a.m.
I don't know, Gibson. I just think it's the factor that you can't put in a place. It's like you can supervise the players on where they're going, but what about when they go and stop and get that fuel and got to go to that cashier? What about their everyday lives? You know what I mean? They're leaving the field and they're going back into society.
They're not supposed to be doing that. Yo, you talking about the baseball players?
Yeah,
oh, well, yeah.
And that's the underlying. That's the factor that you can't contribute for who they're to come in contact with, because you can't be with them 24/7. And there's a lot of baseball players, 30 plus on every team. So it's who those people come in contact every day. They're just not going to the field and then going home. You know, they're mingling, interacting with other people, and then they're bringing it back to the ballpark, and then they're in the clubhouse with the other 30 guys for eight hours at a time. You know what I mean? And like, that's safe. It's a cesspool, Gibson. It's not going well.
They should have canceled
right now.
Sports this year. That's what I said. I'm still gonna say it.
Baseball isn't going nowhere, but one thing I do believe in is the power of money. I think they're gonna keep just revising it. They're gonna keep taking, hey, go straight no matter what. It's a storm coming, boss. I don't care. Keep it on the right path and go through the storm, and we'll make it through the other side. That's how I feel they're gonna do. They're not gonna shut it down and say, "Well, wait for the storm to be over." They already in it, and they're gonna go through the storm. Whatever happened, they come out the damage they come out with.
Now, these athletes are really good. Rudy Gobert, he was the first athlete to get it. He got it. He's back. He's playing.
Well, what does that have to do with anything?
These guys are young and strong, man. The COVID's not gonna bother them. But this is what's gonna shut it down for real when one of them dies.
Well, let's hope like that don't happen, Gibson.
Well, they playing with fire, man.
Yeah, they are.
You know, this COVID will expose any kind of condition that you have. It will expose it. You think you're going fine. You got good blood pressure. You running, you jumping, you doing all this stuff. But you got something that's underlying there that you don't know nothing about. You catch that COVID, I guarantee it's going to bring it to the forefront.
I really don't think that they're... I don't know, and I definitely agree with you. The first headline you see is player of any sport dies from COVID-related problems. I think then you're really going to start to see, oh shit, it's
There you go. That's it.
It's going to be that type of thing, and I don't think any sport wants to be the first, but every sport is going to play and be a part of it to where they can say, hey, we had a death in our thing, instead of just shutting it down completely. I think they're going to take that risk. Every sport is going to take that risk to where they're like, we gonna risk these black people's lives.
Now,
and Caucasian, but I'm speaking about other sports right now.
Now, baseball, they did a good job. Basketball did too, put some fake fans in the stands. It's hard to play football with no fans in the stands.
Why?
Because there's thousands of people there.
It's easy to play football with no fans. The San Diego Chargers did it every week. The LA Chargers do it every week. Ain't got no fans there. Man, strap up and go play, man. Y'all gonna have a hard time, because baseball having a hard time with them doing it with 30 players. Imagine the NFL with 60 players plus your whole stat. Oh man, it's gonna be ridiculous with football. But y'all try football, and guess what? We don't have no report. They don't got no bubble.
And baseball don't have a bubble.
They bubble about to bust. Rob Manfred, hey man, keep on doing your job, because you gonna get fired soon, my God. And we gonna be here to report it. Ridiculous. Rob Manfred.
When you go overseas, man, you need to look at getting us a press pass, man.
Gotta get a media pass.
I don't know how you do that. I don't know what the qualifications are. But we got to get a press pass, man.
That's Bill.
And that's Will.
And today on the Bill and Will Show, like, comment below, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Show us how to get a press pass. We media now.
Yeah, we're going to report.
What we got, Gibson?
And not no fake news, but the real news.
The real garbage.
Hold me back.
Hold me back. I want to talk about this, Gibson, because I know how much you love the 76ers. Man, they had
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid and Shake Milton appeared to get on a little scrum on the bench. Gibson, Milton was seen getting held back from going at Joel Embiid. Gibson, we already heard Tobias Harris come out and say y'all did have chemistry issues on that team. Now the best player on the team is getting into it with one of the garbage players on the team. Gibson, what's going on with the 76ers?
Now, me personally, I like this. You gotta have a scuffle on your team, man. You gotta have a scuffle on your team. What that means is we care. I played on a team we all buddies and patting each other on the back and blah. We couldn't win a game. Somebody got mad, said, I'm tired of losing. And another guy said, oh, don't talk like that. They got into a scuffle, we started winning. Went all the way to the state championship. You got to have a scuffle on the team, man. It shows that we care. Here we go. I know that Shake Milton was telling Joel, you need to step up, man. If we go, what you doing?
You got to tell him you got to step up.
Hey, he was telling Joel, man, if you don't get up there and do something, I'm going to put my foot on you.
He's soft.
I'm going to put my foot on the back of your neck, and I'm going to try my best to hold it for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. You better get up, Joel. I'm not playing with you. And guess what? Joel said, what?
Listen, man.
Watch what I tell you what's going to happen now. Watch it going to go on a win streak, tear through the Eastern Conference, and they're going to meet that monster over there in Milwaukee for the conference championship.
Wrong. Shake, I understand your frustration, baby. You got one of the best players on the team that don't want to play. But this shouldn't be coming from you because he's going to look down on you like, who was that? I'm the general of this team. I'm the man around here. Who are you to talk to me? We need Ben Simmons to be going at Joel Embiid. Like Kobe went at Shaq.
You talking about cotton candy trying to attack a buffalo. That ain't going to happen. Ben Simmons is a big ball of cotton candy from the carnival.
And Joel Embiid is that funnel cake. Both of them soft and sweet. Both of them is sweet and soft, man.
Joel is a dragon, man.
And I understand, man. You got frustration with this guy, Shake, because I have frustration with him. He could be so good, but he's just not. He's not that threat that everybody wants him to be. He doesn't know how to assert himself like he knows, like a 7'3" guy should know how to do. He's not that guy. And for your worst player on your one of the worst players on your team to go out there and try to fight the best player, it shows that y'all have no order over there. It shows that y'all have no pecking order over there. You better stay in your place, Shake Middleton. Don't be coming at me. If I'm Joel Embiid, don't ever throw. What? I'm the man around here. I'm the Mac. You gonna think you gonna get rowdy with me on public and national TV?
On the bench?
Shake Middleton, you will get released, buddy. I go right to the office and demand a trade. What you doing, Shake?
Don't do that, man, like that.
Oh, but he is soft, so he would do something like that. Joel would.
What's
do something
that girl's
like that.
name that Joel likes?
Rihanna.
Now listen to me.
He used to
Listen
like
to
her.
me.
He
No,
like
he
her
still
more.
like her.
Oh, okay.
Listen to me very carefully. Management, coach, listen to me very carefully. Go get Rihanna and say, Rihanna, we need a favor.
He just show up to Maggie City.
This is what we need you to do, Rihanna. You sure it's Rihanna or it's not that girl?
It's Rihanna.
Okay. I need you to go and tell Joel Embiid, if you win the championship, the NBA championship, I got a surprise for you. I can't come to every game because I gotta go on tour, but I'm gonna come to as many games as I can. If y'all win the championship, I got a surprise for you. Management, listen to me very carefully. You're going to have to pay her, but guess what? You got the money. Don't worry about that. But go get her and tell her to whisper in his ear, sweet nothings, and watch and see don't Joel stand up and be the player that we all know that he is.
Well, if Rihanna got a cure for softness, please let us know, because she might be the only one that get him hard.
That wasn't even funny, man. You finna get us kicked off of YouTube.
Cause he's the softest.
We trying to get to 100 viewers, man.
He's the softest dude in the NBA.
We trying to get to 100 viewers.
Man, listen, she can't get him to play no harder. $150 million couldn't get him to play no harder. He's soft. S-O-F-T. All right, he's done. That team is done. The 76ers need to blow up.
That's the second best team in the West and the East, man.
Get rid of Joel Embiid. Get rid of him. Ben Simmons. I don't care who you get rid of. You already messed up when you didn't shine Jimmy Butler. Man, y'all are dead. They dead fish, Gibson. They dead
that
fish.
Jimmy Butler, if they'd have got him, that'd have made her turn it around, because Jimmy played hard, man.
Look, y'all are not a good team in the half court. Y'all are not shooters. Y'all not good enough shooters to be a good team in the NBA right now. Y'all need to figure out what's going on.
They're the second best team in the East, man. How they not good?
They're sixth in the rankings. Y'all gonna have a hard time in the playoffs. I just don't trust you guys, and nothing says that we should trust y'all, from y'all record to how y'all playing now to your team chemistry. You got players going to Magic City and dudes ain't getting called out, but you got guys named Shake.
He wasn't from the Sixers.
Is what I'm saying. The Clippers ain't getting mad at Lou Williams for going to Magic City, but what they fighting for? What kind of problems y'all having in the bubble already that y'all are already fighting? This stuff happened from a long time ago. Y'all ain't been liking each other. Like Tobias Harris said, y'all got chemistry issues. One half of this team go with Ben Simmons, the other half go with Joel, other half with Tobias. Y'all don't want to be around each other. This team will never go anywhere, and you can see it by the 11th player on the team going at the big dog on the team, because he don't respect them. You hear it the other way. It should be the other way around. You should hear Joel Embiid going at these players for not stepping up and playing hard. You hearing the opposite now, which you should never have that on a basketball team. That's why they would never go nowhere. That's why Joel Embiid to continue to be soft. That's why Ben Simmons, he can't shoot through. This team is going nowhere, Gibson. So I'm done with the seven. I'm done with these guys. It's on you, man. If you want to say something.
All right, man. I'm good.
Hey, terrible. He's terrible. They terrible. Get off my screen.
You gonna get us kicked out of here, man.
I didn't say nothing wrong.
It better not say nothing
That's
about
Bill.
It better not say nothing about Return of the Mac song either.
Now you know they're gonna say so. That's Bill.
And that's Will.
Today on the Bill and Will Show, we're gonna talk
UFC Vegas.
UFC Vegas, man. They just had another event. UFC Dana White continues to bring the noise this weekend. Brunson won the fight. He was a heavy underdog, and he came back and he won his fight. Man, I want to ask you about Dana White, man. Is he ever gonna slow down? They keep going putting on fight after fight, man. He's doing amazing right now. He's spearheading everything, Gibson.
He need to keep on doing what he's doing. I do agree with you. I didn't at first, but I see now when they posted the money that these fighters need to get paid a little better than this.
Oh yeah.
They need to get paid way better than this, because the UFC, man, is running roughshod through the sports. They're not having no problem with the virus. They putting on fights. They got some really good fights, upsets. They doing everything they doing everything they need to do to keep that sport alive, and it's working.
These guys right now are slaves to Dana White and their contracts right now. So when Dana White tells them to fight, it ain't gonna matter if it's a pandemic or anything. Y'all gonna get paid the same amount of money. I just seen after the Brunson fight, he called out the winner of the Robert Whittaker fight and the Cornier, I believe, Kennier fight. Robert Whittaker just fought last 2 weeks ago. He gonna step back in the ring probably in another 3 months to fight again, because that's what Dana White does. He gonna fight you until you drop and get your 3 fights. I guess he get these fighters tries to get these fighters 3 fights a year, which is every 4 months, which is gonna kill their careers, because you getting hit in your head 3 times a year. Whew, that's bad.
You're not supposed to be in this sport forever, Will.
It's a career now, Gibson.
Yeah, but you should be making enough money to where you good.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. You don't. You get $12,000, and if you win, you get another 12. And then so therefore you get $24,000 if you win, and then half of that.
But when you be big,
or like John Jones, the biggest, he gets $500,000.
see, so that's what you're shooting for.
That's a lot of money.
You can't go into McDonald's and expect to be the manager day one.
Hold on, first.
You got to start on the fries and drinks.
Gibson, the best player is getting paid the fries and drink money. That's the problem. When you don't even pay your best player, your best stars, your best players your best stars are saying they don't get paid enough. So it ain't about they keep you on. Yeah, they make you a star, but you still get paid like you on a fry machine, like you flipping the patties over. You're not getting the star.
They're not getting paid now. They're not getting paid. I saw the income. I make what some fighters are making.
When the income,
I thought that was pretty bad.
Yeah, it is. It's very bad for getting your face punched in every night to risk your life every night. Like you can risk your life doing this. This ain't no sport to where you might not make it home, and no one's died from UFC before.
But you can get seriously injured.
Yeah, you can get very injured to where your life is altering.
A couple ladies, man, they was swole up like with that monster Frankenstein. They was mummified. They was knotted up.
And what you gonna have is at the end of the day, what you gonna get? A fight bonus for $50,000 because you got your face beat in and you did it. Man, come on, man. Dana White, Scrooge McGruff, Scrooge, whatever his name is, man. Dana White, you venting. You having more problems now. You going at your employees.
What was he venting about? I didn't see that part of it.
He's mad because of the trainers. He was mad this past weekend because a doctor kept talking to a fighter. A referee kept talking to a fighter longer than he was supposed to, and he didn't call a fight off. And then before, you had Herb Dean, Dan Hardy was going at Herb Dean, telling him to stop the fight. Dana White came out and said if anybody does that ever again, approaches a referee, if anybody approaches a judge that works for the UFC in that type of manner, again, he's gonna fire him right on the spot. So you got Dana White going at his people that he employs. You got Dana White venting about cornermen and doctors, and you got Dana White venting about people wanting to make more money. You got Dana White venting about fake news. You got Dana White just venting. Everything he doesn't like, he says it, and he wears his emotions on his sleeve, and that's just Dana White. He's done a hell of a job giving us entertainment throughout these months, but Dana White UFC has problems.
It looks like he's reckless and dangerous.
He does what he has to do as a businessman. He's put that sport on his back, and it's to where like he thinks no one knows better than Dana White, which is probably true, but you don't have to act that way, because you are a president of an establishment that isn't yours, and you need to know that the fighters keep you going, not Dana White. Yeah, that's how it goes, man. So, Izzy is gonna fight Paula Costa.
Oh man, I can't wait. I might even go to that fight.
Probably won't be no fans involved in that fight.
Oh, I can't go to the fight. Boy, I tell you what, if I could, we'd show our Bill and Will press pass and be right in there.
This month, Stipe versus Cormier.
Again?
Another one.
And another one.
And another one. They both gonna retire after the fight.
They need to. Daniel, man, let me say this about Daniel. Daniel, golly, man. In my opinion, he's had one of the most successful careers of a UFC fighter.
Big facts.
I mean,
his career.
Every time he won the championship, he got it because somebody had to vacate. He never won the fight to be champion.
He beat Stipe.
Yeah, he beat Stipe, but Stipe was asleep at the wheel. Stipe said, this little short joker, when he beat that Mongolian monster from Africa, not Mongolian, but he beat that African guy.
That Nigerian monster.
That Nigerian monster. He said, oh, can't nobody beat me. So when he fought Cormier, he said, this little fat midget ain't gonna do nothing. And he got stung.
Hey.
But Cormier, man, he could fight. I mean, he could fight. But when it came to the top tier, 100% real champ, he couldn't do nothing with. with what's his name from Albuquerque?
John Jones.
He couldn't do nothing with John Jones, man.
But
Every time he fought John, he couldn't do nothing with John Jones.
Other than John Jones, when John Jones was on his escapades, when he was on his binge, he was binging cocaine.
Having drug problems.
When he was having his problems.
Having drug problems.
When he was on his benders, that's the word. Daniel Cormier dominated the league. You know, he dominated that weight class, and he did his thing. In my eyes, Daniel Cormier will go down as being, as might be, I can't say bigger than John Jones, but he's right there with John Jones. You know what I mean? As being a fighter, his resume speaks for itself.
He's gonna be the Joe Louis to Muhammad Ali.
Well, yeah, whoever Joe Louis is. I seen him on American Gangster though, Joe Louis. But yeah, we got Gaethje also announced. Gaethje versus Khabib in October. That's gonna be a mauling. Gaethje get ready to get mauled and beat up. But UFC is put on. UFC 52, UFC 53, and UFC 54 has been announced. So I'm looking forward to those.
This is why the UFC is running roughshod through sports, and this is why they're successful. They don't have no COVID cases, and they putting on some really good fights.
They put on some really good fights. So hey Dana, what you're doing is working.
This is why boxing is dead. Because the boxers, they scared to fight each other. They don't want to fight.
Prize fighting. It's about prize fighting. They get paid a lot of money over there, and without no fans, you can't even have a prize fight. That's Bill.
That's weird.
Today on the Bill and Will Show, man, like, comment, subscribe below. We're gonna talk
The bubble.
NBA. We talking the bubble and everything that's happened with the NBA, Gibson. The Rockets look amazing. Did you get to watch have you watched the Rockets game yet?
I have not watched the Rockets game. I've been on vacation for 2 weeks, and I have not been able to see a Rockets game. But I do know, and I told you, and it's documented, that strategy that they have is going to be successful in this shortened season. Now, if they played this 80 games or 72 games, whatever they play, it wouldn't work. But in this shortened season, this strategy is going to work. And they look what? Amazing.
They look good right now. They beat two formidable teams at the top of their leagues. Last night they beat the Bucks. Bucks playing really well. They came out there and they stuck to their game plan. James Harden is shooting immensely. Russell Westbrook is getting to the paint. He had 30 last night. So
Lord have mercy.
They look really well last night. Like, I was watching the game and I said they're consistent. They play their game at a high level. They never stop, and they get good looks. Whether they're going to make it or not is a different question. But they stick to their game plan. They continue to play their game plan, and it's working out for them. So they're playing really good. Were you able to watch the Lakers and the Clippers to start? Have you watched the Lakers game?
I have watched some Lakers game. They look horrible.
This is your king?
Since we're talking about Rockets, I mean, Medlock, come on, man. You and AB, y'all didn't give my Houston teams no love. The Astros,
cheaters. They've been throwing
you didn't give the Rockets no love, and you didn't give the Houston Texans no love. I don't understand it. AB, you a man. You're a man in the news sports world, and you didn't say nothing about my team.
There's no reason to say nothing about losers. They haven't won.
Medlock, Will told me that you a really well-rounded guy in sports, and guess what? You didn't say nothing about my teams.
We talked about the cheaters, Astros.
Then I looked on the backdrop, and you had the baseball players up there. You had every team up there except for the Houston Astros.
Yeah, they cheaters, Gibson. Cheaters don't get rewarded by getting called out.
We got 3 World Championship appearances back to back to back. 2-time MLB champions, and you telling me we don't deserve to be on the backdrop?
You told me you like the Nuggets. You said you like the Nuggets.
Look at it swerving. You see him swerving? You see him moving, dodging?
He texted me and said the Nuggets and the Jazz would be a hard out.
Nuggets number 3.
They look good. I like them. They got beat by Jimmy Butler though. This past weekend they were playing well.
They're gonna be a hard out. Now they're not gonna win, but they're gonna be a hard out. If you play them, you got to be ready.
OKC looked good, really good this weekend, man. Their team is playing very well. I like the way they look.
Houston in between both of those teams.
Yeah, I think Houston is gonna be all right.
But Houston gonna move up.
No, I don't think Houston will move up.
Houston gonna overtake the Lakers. It's gonna be the Clippers, Houston, and the Lakers, and probably Denver.
We know that's not gonna happen. They're too many games behind, so they can't do that. But they're gonna stay in the 4th seed, probably play the 5th seed, which is the best thing for them. They want to play the Jazz. If you don't want to play OKC, you want to play the Jazz if you can. So try to keep that seed to where you do play the Jazz, which is the 4th and 5th game to get to play the Jazz, because the Jazz are going to be the worst team in the playoffs in my eyes, or out of the teams you can play. They look very well. What else is going on in the NBA? This is going on, man. I really Dame them came up short to a game they really needed last night, but Memphis did lose to San Antonio, which are playing well right now. They keep moving up the standards. I'm scared of them right now. They move in within 2 games of the Memphis now. They're ahead of the Blazers. So you keep watching that 9 and 8 seed for the West people.
Man, they need to get off that team, man.
The Mavs, they clinched the playoff berth for the first
Dallas
time in
Mavericks?
3 years. Luka doing his thing out there, man. I'm proud of Luka. Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm happy that the NBA is back. We get to watch some NBA, man. I hope that y'all could. And they had no positive tests. That's also good.
2 weeks in a row.
They had no positive tests 2 weeks in a row, so that's great, man. NBA, keep doing what y'all doing. NBA
Lou Williams.
Players, continue to do what y'all doing. Keep doing what y'all doing. Don't worry about the distractions. People are going to try to distract us. And remember, Breonna Taylor's killers are still out there, people. So let's do something about that also.
That's Will.
That's Bill.
And that's Will.
Today on the Bill and Will Show, we're going to talk about Gibson. Like, comment, and subscribe below.
Crown them.
Crown them. This weekend, the Clippers won the NBA championship. How you say? They just showed the league what they were capable of doing. They went on a tear against the Pelicans, knocking down record threes, asserting themselves better than anybody. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard today, I'm telling y'all, August the 3rd, they will win the NBA championship. I don't know if you believe in that, but I'm going to tell you people also why. The Clippers are in a unique situation to where they have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George playing at a high right now, and they're just going to play even better. Kawhi's going to get better. Paul George is flaming it right now. He's playing amazing. And you can play those guys, and they're going to be 100% no matter what throughout the game when they play with each other. They have the luxury of going to the bench together, so they're not always playing in the game. So when they do play together, they're at 100%. Because you got Lou Williams out there, and you got Montrezl Harrell out there holding down the second unit and scoring those points. And no one else has that in the league. No one can do that in the league. So they came out and they showed what they can do and what they will do during these playoffs. And during the playoffs, I think they flexed their muscles yesterday during the weekend against the Pelicans, and they showed, listen, we're going to tear this league apart. And I definitely think we should crown the Clippers right now.
Thank goodness we got the ABS brake system. So when you press your brakes, it squeezes down softly and it doesn't just lock up and then you get into a dangerous skid. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes, Will. Now, why? Because Lou Williams is out at Magic City. And guess what he's doing? Styling and profiling. And guess what you're going to get when you styling and profiling? You're going to get the coronavirus. And when you come back, you're going to be telling your homeboys how you were styling and profiling. And guess what? Now he got it. And then he going to go tell his homeboy, hey, man, Lou Williams is at Magic City. And guess what? Then he going to get it. Then guess what? So, pump the brakes. Now, number 2, who was they playing? The Pelicans. What? The Pelicans.
No matter who you play.
It ain't like they was playing somebody. It ain't like they lined up against Houston. See, they playing the Pelicans. Who are the Pelicans? Nobody. Pump the brakes. I can keep on going, but we got other things to talk about. So I'm gonna stop it right there. But those are two big points. Pump the brakes. Now, I will agree with you on this. Depending on who they play for the championship, if they play Milwaukee, forget about it. But if they play anybody other than Milwaukee, like the 76ers, they're gonna win the championship.
Crown the Clippers now. There's no reason to have a season. The Clippers flex their muscle.
They played the Pelicans.
We're gonna watch them. We're gonna watch them destroy every team in the playoffs this year. And I'm gonna sit there and after every series, I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna smile to you people. I'm just gonna say I told you so, because this team right now is amazing. They go out there. They play harder than anybody else. They got the best two players on the floor at a max percent every time. I just don't see anyone beating the Clippers now. Now, you can tune in and see if I'm right or wrong, but 9 times out of 10 when it comes to basketball, I'm going to be right. So, y'all tune in and see, man. But today, August 3rd, I'm crowning the LA Clippers as your champion of the 2019-2020 season. It's over.
They probably will win the NBA championship.
Facts.
But I'm not ready to crown them right now because they're playing against the Pelicans. The Pelicans is garbage. Garbage.
Garbage. Well, I understand.
And so they got a really good team, but they haven't lined up against Houston. They haven't lined up. When they played the Lakers the other day, they got beat. The Clippers, they got beat when they played against the Lakers last week.
Yeah, but they won the physical, mental war, baby. I'm not worried about that loss. It is what it is.
Pump them.
I understand. That's Bill.
And that's Will.
Hey, that was our show for August the 3rd, man. It's good to have you back.
I'm back.
We back like the Mac.